Hi, and welcome to Two Tired Teachers. Today I am going to be attempting to adjust the flames on a Coleman camp stove. If you've watched our channel and you saw our revisions of our Micro Minnie, you know that we had the oven and stove taken out. And that's been a great decision for us because in our fifth wheel we had only used our oven once, maybe twice. We used it for storage. And the camp stove has worked perfectly. We've just gotten back from 3 weeks of dry camping, and being able to have the camp stove inside or out was wonderful. Now, just a word of warning here is we are using, in our RV, we're using a camp stove where there was already a propane stove. There's a vent, there's a kitchen window, and there's a carbon monoxide detector just a couple of feet away. So we're not just using this in an enclosed area. But because we loved our Coleman stove, pre-COVID, I was at an auction and there was a Coleman stove that I could get for 10 bucks. So Coleman, odds were it was going to work. Brought it home, cleaned it up, got the grease and stuff off, even took the burners off and cleaned those. But the problem is, the burners are either on high or they're off. And so on the one that we bought new, we can adjust that. So I got this one as a backup, or if we needed more than 2 burners. And we haven't needed that yet, but I decided this may eventually happen to the one we bought new, and so I want to go on and get this one fixed so that we will have a good backup. So let's get started. Okay, tools you are going to need: a small Phillips head screwdriver that will fit inside of that opening on the front of the knob, a pair of pliers, paper towel, and some sort of either grease or lubricant. And once you get that little Phillips head screw out, you just pop the knob off. Then you take the pliers, loosen up this nut that is actually holding this valve in, and once it's loose you can unscrew it. Reattach the knob on the front of the stove so that you can then unscrew the valve that's in there. And this piece is actually where the problem is, and you can see this is really coated and dirty. So take the paper towel and get it cleaned off as best you possibly can. And it just took a couple of wipes here, and then I took the paper towel and made it into as fine of a point as I could, and inserted that where I'd taken that little valve out and twisted it around, got as much of the excess grease or lubricant that was on there, and pulled this out, and you'll see got some more there. And then it is a matter of coating that again. I just had some silicone spray. I went on and sprayed that, and this was one part of the stove that I had not cleaned. And so once I got this reinserted and tightened down good, I then reattached the nut in front, and took this opportunity just to kind of clean the front of the stove here where I hadn't had access to it before. And I got to tell you, this worked so well. I'm thrilled to have it done. It took very little time, and I am very this one now works so much better than the one that we bought new. I did test that out just to make sure I was going to be able to turn it before I got the screw back in. It worked fine. Reinsert the screw. Notice that I do not have propane attached at this point, and you want to make sure you don't have any propane plugged in when you're doing this. Now, when I started this, it flames right up, of course, and I could tweak this flame down to where it's barely even there, and it stayed. I mean, wherever I put the flame, it stayed. This was a great, simple, easy fix, and it worked, and I hope that it will help you if you have a Coleman that doesn't stay where it's supposed to. Thanks for watching. Two tired teachers.